hosted by Matt Richards.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you're tuning in from around the globe, peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Richards. You know what today is? It's a new week, May 4th, 2026. Happy Monday, y'all. Let's get into it. The bell's about to ring in 5 minutes. The market is already telling the story. SPX fell to 7,184 overnight before rebounding. Now we're back above 7,200. The NAS100 dropped to 27,540 before finding its footing, pushing back above 27,700. The VIX spiked almost to 19, and now it's back under 18, so that's great. The Crude spiked to 112, but now pulled back to 108, so we good on that. Bitcoin tested 80,000, but rejected, and now we under 79,000. Palantir got earnings after the market closes. Ooh, yeah, we ready for the week, baby. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into our mantra. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve the wealth that I'm building for me and my family. Riches and freedom, they come to our hands. I am the master of all I command. My learning is limitless. My earnings are too. The more I discover, the more I can do. The stock market is a machine of design, and I have the power to make that wealth mine. I am capable. I am skilled. I am bold. Blessings on the journey as the vision unfolds. All right, let's check out some trending news. All right. Actually, let's check out earnings, y'all. We had one of our $1 trillion tickers that had earnings in the pre-market. That is Berkshire Hathaway, Berkshire B. And as you can see, it beat on earnings by 3.5%, beat on revenue by 0.8%, and it is currently up 0.25% from Friday's close. All right, some notable news we had was outside of everything I already said, eBay is elevated after Ryan Cohen's $56 billion unsolicited bid to buy them. He is the CEO of GameStop. So he's trying to get a line of credit from TD Ameritrade, I believe. All right. Let's get into Robert Greene's daily law for today. Quote, he who poses as a fool is not a fool at all. Daily law. Those who make a show or display of innocence are often the least innocent of them all. Those who claim to be non-players may affect an air of naivete to protect themselves from the accusation that they are after power. Beware, because the appearance of naivete can be one of the most effective tools of deceit. And even genuine naivete is not from the snares of power. Children may seem innocent in many ways, but they often act from an elemental need to gain control over those around them. They suffer greatly from feeling powerless in an adult world, and they will use any means available to get their way. Too many innocent-seeming people are still very much playing for power, and they are often extraordinarily effective at the game precisely because they are not hindered by reflection. When it comes to long-term investing, the most dangerous people in the financial world are the ones who play innocent. The fund manager who says, we're just buying and holding, no agenda here, while quietly rotating billions into a sector before the retail crowd figures it out. The financial media personality who positions himself as your friend, your humble guide, while they're getting paid to steer your attention. As a long-term investor, learn to see through the naivete performance. When someone in the market actually acts like they have nothing to gain, ask yourself, what do they actually stand to gain? Follow the capital, not the character. When it comes to day trading, Right at the open, the market is posing as a fool. The VIX spike overnight and the pullback, that's the market performing calm after showing you fear. Bitcoin testing 80K and getting rejected. That clean breakout setup didn't follow through. That's the chart posing as a fool to catch the breakout chasers. SPX and the NAS100 dropping hard overnight, then rebounding. Is that genuine buying strength, or are the algos resetting the trap at a higher level? Let's get into it, y'all. Market about to open. Market open, market open, market open. The market is open Monday, May 4th, 2026, 6:30 a.m. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's check out SPY first. Let's go on a 5-minute chart. There we go. It's in the gap right now. SPY down fractionally at 719.91 cents. QQQ is up fractionally at $675. The VIX is still dropping at 1766. That's good news. Nvidia is up 0.25% at 198.91. Google is down fractionally at 384.80. It almost hit the all-time high, y'all. Apple is down almost 0.25% at 279.82. Microsoft is down 0.5% at 412.72. Amazon is up almost 0.5% at 269.57. TSM is up 1.75% at 404.60. AVGO is down almost 1% at 417.35. Meta is down almost 0.5% at 606. Tesla is down 0.5% at 389. Walmart is down 0.75% at 130.60. And Berkshire B is down 0.25% at 471.85, y'all. All right, let's check out some of these other tickers we like to look at on the show. SPX, it's at break even at 7,217. The NAS100 is up almost 0.25% at 27,701. Pam Bondi's Dow Jones is down 0.33% at 49,269. The Dow Jones ETF is down 0.42%. The 10-year Treasury yield note is up. It is moving up. It is at 4.41, excuse me. Gold is down 1.25% at $4,557 an ounce. The Gold Mini Shares Trust is at $90.16. Silver is down almost 3%. The Copper Miners ETF is down 1.33%. AMD is down over 1% at $356.40. Bitcoin is back under 80,000 at 78,946. IBIT is at 44.75. Ethereum is at 2,340. It's up 0.75%. BMNR is up almost 2%. And Palantir, that does have earnings after the market close, is up 2.5% right now. 2.75% at 148, y'all. Robinhood is up almost 4% at $76.55. So you can Palantir is already running, y'all, even before it's running up to earnings. Since it has earnings after the market closed, it is running up into earnings. It was actually up 2.33% since Friday's close. Let's see. All right, next. Let's check out some of our market caps of our $1 trillion tickers. Nvidia is no longer a $5 trillion company. It has pulled back. It is at $4.87 trillion. Google is at $4.62 trillion. I'm going to call this for this week. This week, Google is going to pass up Nvidia in market cap. It may only be for a split second, but I'm calling it this week. Google will pass Nvidia as the most valuable company in the world, at least for 1 second. So we'll check on that later this week and see if I'm right. All right, next we got Apple, currently at 4.06 trillion, y'all. Followed by Microsoft, 3.08 trillion, Amazon, 2.92 trillion, TSM, 2.09 trillion, AVGO, 1.97 trillion, Meta, 1.54 trillion, Tesla, 1.46 trillion. Samsung has passed up Walmart and Berkshire B. Samsung market cap 1.03 trillion, 1.037 trillion, with Walmart 1.036 trillion and Berkshire B 1.01 trillion, y'all. Eli Lilly is at 853 billion, y'all. So Eli Lilly is making a run toward the $1 trillion tickers, y'all. The Fear and Greed Index is at 66. Let me refresh and see if it's still there. Yes, the Fear and Greed Index is still at 66, y'all. All right, let's check out some of these ETFs we like to look at on the show. IWM, which is the Russell 2000. This is not the all-time high. Let me move this up here. It did hit an all-time high on Friday, but it's not at an all-time high right now. All right, IWM is down fractionally at $278.90. SPYM is down fractionally. QQQM is barely under break even. Look like it's trying to turn green. SPYG is up 0.25%. SPYG did hit an all-time high on Friday. Let me move my level up there. SOXQ. SOXQ hit an all-time high at the open, y'all. That is the low-cost semiconductor ETF. TQQs is barely over break even. SOXL is up almost 0.75%. SOXL hit all-time high at the open, y'all. SMH is up fractionally. SMH hit all-time high at the open, y'all. SOXX hit all-time high at the open, y'all. Barely over break even right now. XLG is down fractionally. The IVES 30 is up 1.37%. SPYI is down barely. QQQI is up. Is right about break even now. All right. Let's get to some news, because you know it's going to be a short show today, because it's Monday and I got to work early. Let me put my HR display while we get to the news. All right. Oh, man, I want to salute this brother right here. Wall Street Trapper made $1 million in the month of April, y'all. Just incredible, y'all. Just incredible. Big salute, Trap, man. $1 million in a month. Just incredible. Definitely inspirational. If Trap can do it, we can do it, y'all. Next. I thought this was interesting. The New York Post came out and said, they did a post that said the Jackson family is eager to cash in after $217 million in the opening weekend for the movie Michael, with talks of a thriller tour, and movie sequels. And then our brother Jason Black said, why is the New York Post so angry about the success of the Michael Jackson film? Someone needs to go help the dry. Someone needs to go help the dry troll tears and take them to rehab. And then Twitter added context and said the family is not eager, nor did they talk to the New York Post. So the New York Post just made up that complete lie, and they throwing shade on the Jackson family. So don't trust what you read in the New York Post. All right, next. This for my airport workers. Shout out to everybody working at Prospect and Unify. This is a video of autonomous wheelchairs now operating independently in U.S. major airports, including Miami, Los Angeles, which is LAX, Seattle, and Detroit, with further expansion underway, y'all. So I don't know when these are coming to Oakland. Maybe we can ask Southwest, but this is robots taking jobs, folks. It's real. All right. Next, we got Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD. It's about a 1-minute clip. Check it out, y'all.
Compute by another, we think we have to increase compute by another 100 times as you go over the next, 4 or 5 years. And I introduced a term last night, the yottaflop. People are like, what is a yottaflop? A yottaflop is actually 10 to the 24th in terms of flop. So that's a 1 followed by 24 zeros. And to give you, just a view of just how much things have really increased. I mean, that's another 100 times more compute than we have today. So that gives you an idea. Now, you think, what are you going to use all that compute for? I mean, the truth is, the models that we have today are great. I mean, they do amazing things. We talked about a number of use cases. Perhaps one that's hits very close to home is writing software. Like people are using the AI tools right now to significantly enhance the productivity of software developers. But it's good. But it can get so much better. And I mean, I think that's the key point. We like to say that AI is really going to be everywhere, and it's really for everyone. And it's for each one of us to make our businesses more productive, each one of us more productive, going forward. And so we're still in the very early innings of really unlocking the power of AI.
A Yoda flop, y'all. We're going to need that much compute over the next couple years. So we're going to need a lot of power to be able to maximize that. To actually even make it happen, we're going to need a lot of power. We're going to need a lot of data centers. We're going to need a lot of water. Yeah, we might run out of water, y'all. If we need a Yoda flop of compute over the next couple years, we're going to need a Yoda flop of water too, y'all. I don't know where we're going to get it. All right, next. So y'all know Spirit Airlines went out of business. It went bankrupt over the weekend. And it's crazy because JetBlue actually tried to merge with Spirit Airlines in 2022. It was going to be a $3.8 billion transaction, which was intended to save Spirit Airlines. 1 year later, in 2023, the U.S. Department of Justice sued. Excuse me. The U.S. Department of Justice sued to block the merger, saying it would reduce competition and drive up fares. Fast forward another 2 years to today, Spirit has officially gone bankrupt, ceased operations, and 17,000 people are now unemployed. And tens of thousands of Spirit passengers are stranded. The worst part is the reduced competition that the Department of Justice thought they were avoiding by blocking the transaction has actually gotten way worse. There is quite literally no competition in the space anymore. This will go down as one of the largest transactional failures in U.S. history. I think a lot of those passengers are going to go fly Southwest right now. So shout out Southwest. But, man, and that's messed up for everybody that lost their job. 17,000 people. You know what I mean? That's cold-blooded. Especially when they could have allowed the merger with JetBlue. All right. I thought this was interesting. Check it out. This is a video of high school students in China receiving home-cooked meals passed through school bars by parents who show up every single day. And the reason is Chinese parents don't trust school cafeteria food. And after years of food safety scandals, that distrust is earned. These students are preparing for what could be China's Geico, one of the most brutal university entrance exams in the world. For millions of families, a good exam score is the only way out. It's the only way out, y'all. An American watching thought this was a game. No, this is China trying to save their children from the horrible food safety scandals that go on. Damn, just imagine that, y'all. They got to get off work just to go give they... Why they can't just pack them a lunch? Am I tripping? Hold on. You can't just pack them a lunch? You got to bring it? Like, I don't know. It don't make sense no more. I don't know. Am I tripping or what? I don't know, y'all. Pack them a lunch. It's good. I thought this was crazy right here, y'all. So this old dude right here, he invested $1.2 billion in the Berkshire Hathaway Class A shares in the 80s. I think it was the 80s. Let me see. And there was $2,000 a share. Yes, 1986. There was $2,000 a share. He bought 600 shares, 600 A-class shares. Each share is now worth $710,000, giving him $425 million, y'all. Wow. Just incredible, y'all. I don't even know what percentage that is, but that is insane. Y'all. This might be one of the greatest investors of all time. Yeah, this is, man, just incredible, y'all. All right. I do got some more news, but I got to cut the show short today. You know it's Monday. The show is shorter. You know how we like to end the show with some Instagram motivation.
Every morning, everyone should speak these 5 affirmations, all right? I am the best. I can do it alone. God is always with me. I am a winner. Today is my day.
Chase excellence, never chase money. Why? Because money has an incredible way of finding excellence. Did you chase excellence and not money? Do you have the intellectual curiosity to learn everything you can about this incredible industry and master it? Become the smartest person in the room. Have you mastered it?
You're more blessed than you think. Sometimes you just struggle to realize how much is in front of you because you're constantly thinking about what you have to obtain. The rich person is not the one who has a lot, but the one that has enough. So you should seek to have enough, inshallah.
It don't happen overnight, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating. And there's going to be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you're going to take yourself on a ride that's very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work, appreciating it, when it's good and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
And that's what we do on $1 Trillion Tickers. I'm your host, Matt Riches. Shout out Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues. We'll be back tomorrow at the pre-market briefing show, y'all. Let's get this money. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom.